The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
Welcome all to another exciting, wonderful day at TFNN. I'm just trying to do too many things at the same time, I think. That's the issue here. So we will get into that. But where's that at? Come on. It's going to come up. No, that's not it. We will get it here in just a second. Get everything all worked out. And then be on above. There we are. Okay. I've got my charts up and running, and we're looking good. Anyway, as always, we come to you. Oh, clap. I appreciate that. As always, we come to you at this time.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
So what do we have going on today? Well, jobs numbers were good. We were up to 2480, where we see a wall of folks shorting a variety of stocks in the market, not the broad market, but a handful of them they can't short enough of, which makes me think we're going to have a pretty wild move in some of these when they do start going up and the shorts have to cover. Maybe they don't have to do that for a while. My guess is, though, it will be sooner rather than later before these things have some rip-your-head-off rallies. We're not in a bear market, at least for the indexes, but there are some people that are out there doing and going after some huge targets, and we'll look at those today, along with a lot of earnings from last night and this morning. But, there's some vicious action in shorting going on right now, and mostly it's in recent IPOs and a handful of other names. But, 40, 50%, 60% short interest in some of these. And, I could understand it if the company was going to claim bankruptcy in the next 2 quarters. But most of these stocks have the ability to last a year, year and a half. I think a lot of people are trying to make money any way they can, and they may be taking some fairly decent and obscene risks. But we shall look and persevere. As we said, we're just up 3 or 4 points on the S&P cash. Tried to get down to 2472, so we're at 3 points higher and 4 points lower than the high of the day. Volume has been light today, which is kind of interesting with all these stocks being heavily shorted. We are under 2 billion shares as we start the show on the NYSE consolidated tape. And I don't know if there's anything else to say about it other than that. As always, we like to have a little history.
That it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
It is history repeating. And on this day, what happened? She had done her 41. Ooh, Lizzie Borden on this day in 1892. Elderly residents of Fall River, Massachusetts, are found bludgeoned to death in their home, lying in a pool of blood on the living room couch. Andrew's face has been nearly split in two. Abby, Lizzie's stepmother, was found upstairs with her head smashed to pieces. The Bordens, who were considerably wealthy, lived with their 2 unmarried daughters, Emma and Lizzie. Since Lizzie was the only other person beside the housekeeper was present when the bodies were found, suspicion soon fell on her. And of course, they found something that looked like an axe, but it was one of those things that I'm going to say it was kind of one of these OJ trials where they didn't want to believe that somebody like this could do something. They also didn't know a lot about forensics. They were just starting to use fingerprint analysis at the time. They found a hatchet that she'd bought the day before, but it wasn't the one that was used. There was a bigger axe that was actually used. But again, poor forensics. The trial lasted about 10 days. The deliberations lasted all 30 minutes. They let her go. They just didn't think this little woman could do that. And, she was the Sunday school teacher and some other stuff. But kind of the OJ thing, she got off. She may have done it. A lot tougher than the OJ case to figure out, mostly because of all the years that have gone on since. But the interesting thing is she continued to live to 1927 in a very nice style, both her and her sister. And, of course, the thought was that she'd always killed them because she hated her new stepmom, who was, she didn't deserve it, but I can understand, at least if you read the articles going back into that time. She didn't like the daughters around. She didn't like the daughters, didn't like them around, and kind of surprised that she didn't drown them first. But on this day in 1892, Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. Anyway, interesting day out here. Again, not much news other than earnings going on. We're going to get right to those as we have a ton of them to go through. AAOI, we were talking about me trading this one intraday a few days ago because it did have some fairly decent, good action as we went through it. Hopefully we'll, there we go. Down on huge volume. This thing's one of the bigger losers out here. And do we have it? I think we do. We have it. Where's it at? There it is. One of the bigger losers out here today. Applied to Optoelectronics, AAOI. This thing had been a fairly decent one. We had some calls on it, but it wasn't a bad stock to buy in the morning and sell in the afternoon. Did that a few times after the phone call, just making a little extra change while we're waiting for this market to bust out of the doldrums. But this thing did collapse and pretty badly, blow through its last sign of support back at 75. Underneath it, 57.55 is the June 15th low, and my belief that we're headed to there. ADP, we've got some activations. What do I call it? Activisions? Activists involved in this thing. It did pop up on the 27th with 30 million shares. I think it's David Ackman's in this one. Had some news out today. Didn't really move much, kind of like the general market, but kind of watching this. Not much in the way, but light volume out here. But keep an eye on this one. It could continue, and this may be the start of the next ABCF. If there's anything to the activism, he said.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And we're back. Ameren Corporation, which is a power generator in the Midwest, came out with earnings today. They're starting to turtle above the previous June 6th high that had 3.4 million shares, $57.21. We got to $57.65 today. It's pretty much holding up there, just a few dimes above the previous high, but volume looks like it will come in late. We'll have to watch Monday to see whether this thing can stay above that level. ALK, which is Alaskan Airlines, this one, not much movement on earnings out here. Don't think you can make much of this other than the high volume low on July 26th. That's 83.41 on about 3 million shares. Probably going to go down and test that, I would imagine, in the next few days, and that'll tell us something. The movie business has been horrifically bad. AMC, of course, came out with their earnings, a little bit of pre-earnings, something again last night. But a huge move down on this one on the second. Doesn't look like anything's changed in the last couple of days. Movies have just been real poor this summer. We've talked about this as a theme. And eventually the same thing can happen to Netflix or HBO or the rest. Interestingly enough, HBO Game of Thrones is drawing some 30 million people on Sunday nights to watch it. The interesting part of that is that there's some 640 scripted television shows on, and it's one of these things where it's the Balkanization. That's the Balkans as the countries in the Balkan region. The Balkanization of TV, with everybody going to some other little pay streaming site as you go. That is the single biggest thing other than the Super Bowl now that people are watching. So there is some fairly significant shifts in what's going on, but you can't even NCIS, which is the biggest TV show in the fall, is doing good to draw 15 to 18 million people. So 30 million is a huge number. Its show for this weekend is already leaked somehow from some Indian company. So I guess a lot of people are going to be watching their Game of Thrones, and winter is going to come even a little sooner than most people thought. But getting down to the last, I think there's 13 episodes. So what is this? This is the 4th episode. You got 9 episodes left. The thing is, are you ever going to be able to, if you're HBO, ever going to be able to get the same kind of magic back? It's kind of like Breaking Bad. You get one of those every couple of, maybe if you're lucky, it's Steve Jobs. Maybe you get a second act. But a lot of times, it's most of the time, you don't get a second chance to do it again. What else? ANFI, which is Amera Nature Foods, up a little on earnings, but nothing to report there. CBM, which is Cambrex Corporation, this thing had been hanging out at the highs, as so many stocks out here have. This one did roll over on earnings. Volume has picked up. Next low is $51.35. CI, which is Cigna Corporation, opened higher, and talk about some dark cloud cover. Let's zoom in on this one. This is one for the books out here. This is called dark cloud cover. This takes you back to the 12th of July and encompasses all of that trading, and washed some people out at the open, and now starting to wash some people out on the downside. A big mover out here intraday on earnings. CLMT, which is Calumet Specialty Products, opened higher, rolled lower. What else do we have? Compass Minerals, down a little bit, but just a support that it had not too long ago. This was this gap up on the 21st of July that had 350,000 shares, just down 130,000 shares, but actually it's support. CTB, which is Cooper Tire, almost got to 38 bucks today, which is about where resistance comes in. This thing plopped a little while ago, 4 or 5 days ago. Up, volume's kind of light though, gave most of it back. DDD, another one out here that will get a second time on the loser horn. As I said, I'd love to see this thing back at 12 bucks, and I've got my wish. And what else? Well, that's it. And you got 13 million shares today. 1234 is open. So you got another 70 cents down here in the next few days, I would suspect. EFII, which is electronic for imaging, another one that blew apart today. This one's down, this thing closed at 47. It's printing 27, a little more than that. Today blew apart. ELY, which is Callaway Golf, they're buying another close. I think I'm actually wearing my Callaway shirt today. They're buying another closed retailer today in the golf sector. I don't know who it is. Got to $13.70, went above the previous May 5th high, did so on half the volume, and now is pulled back into the trading range. EPZM, which is Epazine, this one up a little on earnings. You can't really say much about it. Not much juice in there. Downgrades on Ford today. Did push it down lower earlier in the day. 21 million shares today compared to 20.3 million shares yesterday. But Ford kind of shaking that off and back in there. My nephew just bought a new Ford truck with an aluminum body because he's going through his Tim the Toolman phase and thinks he needs a big, huge truck. He's got nothing actually to haul. Bought a Ford 250 diesel. I have no idea why. Down on huge volume is 6.2 million shares today is the Fluor Corporation. FLR is the symbol on this one. Let's go back a little bit farther. This is kind of blown through most of the lows. And you have to go back to January 20th, 2016, where you had 1.5 million shares. You got 6 million shares. It's not quite gone through that low on January 20th, but pretty close to it. GBT, which is Global Blood Therapeutics, on earnings today, up a little, light volume. It's holding its highs so far today. GoPro, this is one of these stocks that's perpetually 50% short. It's back into this gap down that happened on last round of earnings back in February. This came down on February 3rd with 15.2 million shares, up into it with 25 million shares. This is what I'm kind of saying is that watch a lot of times at very significant highs in the market, you get a lot of this kind of action, and that is that everybody's a little bit early on some of these stocks, that everybody's planning on them going out of business. And they're just a bit early, and these things have a huge rip to them. GoPro has, with volume. Business is getting a little bit better with all the layoffs. They're actually getting a little better financial position. Drones are selling a little bit better. Some of their cameras are starting to sell again. Will they ever get back up to $50? I doubt it. But could they get to 12 or 13? They could. We'll be back after this.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're back, and we're going to go directly to Mike in Somerville. How you doing today?
How are you today, Mr. White? I'm great.
I'm good. Give me a full report.
Well, we're looking at about 87 degrees and sunny here and very humid in Boston, Mass.
Yeah, that's good. So what do you want to look at today?
Well, Dave, the question I had, which a friend of mine had, was, what do you think? Do you think Verizon's done with that buyback? And he's under the assumption that maybe they might have held the stock down while they were doing the buyback, and then it had that nice run.
Well, on the charting basis, which I don't have the answers to those questions, on a charting basis, I think this gets back to $51. So the question is, if you're in it, is that what you are? You're already long the stock, or your friend is?
Yes, we're long in our 401k.
I think $51. You want to watch how this thing goes, but I think you got that.
All right.
So I mean, when it gets there, you got fairly heavy resistance, and that's where I'd look at how it acts to take your cash. I don't, if the market rolls over, it'll probably come with it. But if we just kind of hang out here, I think the thing's going to $50.50, maybe $51.
Now, let me ask you a question, Dave. I haven't listened to you for a couple of days. What is I know you think that we're going to bounce into the window dressing, which is what, another couple more days still?
No, it's over. We should have had it today. I don't know. Every time, that's what I'm saying. Every time someone buys something, there's some huge shorts piling on in this market. And for the most part, it's very individual stocks. They're not, let me put it this way, it's not broad-based, but there's a handful of stocks that every time something bounces right now, like Apple, these guys are piling on. And we see stocks like GoPro starting to bounce. That's kind of a sign that you're getting close. A lot of times when you see a lot of stocks that have been dogs and they really start to run, that's kind of a sign that you're normally fairly close, but not there yet. I see no signs that say this market's going to roll over. To me, there's one of two things happen. One, for something happens, we get to 2,500 on the S&P cash, or maybe a little over it, and then the market rolls over. Or we get up there and something happens, we got lots of juice, and it continues to roll on. But 80% of the time, when you hang at highs in either a stock or an index like this, and you just go sideways, most of the time it breaks out higher. Now, it could fail in a day after that, or it could fail intraday during that. But I don't see any reason to pull the trigger short here, and I certainly wouldn't be short any of these highly shorted stocks. So I think you've got one more big bounce. You could see another gap up in Verizon. If you got another gap up, I would probably pull the trigger right there. If you had, like, if it gapped up $1 or something, I would just pull it there, because you're going to be up against very stiff resistance at that $51 level. So you get close to that. You could have this thing come back to 45.50, but my guess is that that's probably the floor in it. But I think everything's going roses for Verizon. You're going to have a big Christmas season with Apple iPhones, and Samsungs are selling very well. I don't know, even if the general market pullback comes, I think this is going to do better than the most of the stocks out there, at least in the short term, probably through the first quarter of next year. I mean, everybody wants to buy, or at least enough people want to buy iPhones, that this should be a big quarter for them, the end of the third and the fourth. So, something would drastically have to change to make me think this thing was headed down or had a lot of downside. After the first of the year, that could change. As soon as they start getting all the iPhones out there, this thing will probably peak, and that may be a peak for all of next year.
All right. Listen, Dave, I appreciate it, buddy. Have a good weekend. Thank you very much.
You too. Congratulations on a good trade. And what else do we have going on there? You can be like him and call me at 877-927-6648. But you already knew the number. You can always email me at path@tfnn.com. And that would be it. What else do we have? Okay. Let's see. Oh, we were looking at Grubhub when I got sidetracked. Huge breakout. Would like to see a little bit more juice on this one. We'll go back here. You've got two big gaps. Could you get one more? I certainly think you could, and maybe that'll be in the next day or two, but that looked like that would be topped out in the next day or so, and have just anytime you get that big a move, you get an exhaustion move. That thing's probably fairly close to being exhausted. On the downside, IDN is down about 30 cents on earnings with massive volume. $1.80 is the next low on that one. INFN, which is Infinia Corporation, these guys make a lot of parts for cars, electronics for cars. This one blew apart today, down on fairly heavy volume. You're talking 8.5 million shares. 909 has 5 million shares. So you're still, 21 cents above that for today's low. You're back into that candle with plenty of volume. That could continually or conceivably break. That would take you back down to the $7.23 and be kind of a dark shadow on the automobile industry. What else do we have? Kellogg's opened up higher. It rolled today on light volume. This is where its resistance level comes in on the gap down of the 27th of June. That only gapped down on 3 million shares, but you were up on 5 and it rolled back over. So like I said, a lot of people are shorting any of these bounces out here today. We'll see Monday how well that decision that was. I don't see any signals yet. Now maybe we get the signal Monday, but not much. Still under 2.2 billion shares on the NYSE consolidated tape. Kraft Heinz, a little higher. It kind of rolled back in there. Not much action on it. LB Brands, this thing's auguring around the lows. Actually popped a little bit today, but not much more to report on that other than these retailers continue to have issues. Lance, LNCE is the symbol on this one. Earnings did nothing, went sideways. Meet Me. Yes, I said MEETME. Nothing else. Blew through the previous lows. We covered a great deal of that, but it's blown through the June 15th, $4.50 low, 1 million shares, 4.55 million shares already. Again, targets everywhere for people that are short. When we're back at Mercado Libre.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And we're back. Mercado Libre is kind of an Amazon for South America. What did they do? Well, they decided to give free shipping. And it's a nightmare in South America, and it's cost them dearly. The question is whether they're going to continue it, what that would do to their volume and their margins. Kind of unknown at this time. I looked through the transcript rather briefly for what they're doing, but everything they say is this is all about shipping costs. Here in the United States, it's kind of easy to figure out. You know, if you got a lot of different countries to ship to and everybody's got their own deal, much harder deal to do free shipping in that realm, and it's cost them dearly. No statement on whether they're going to give that idea up. I couldn't at least figure it out from their earnings call in the news, but this one could have a lot of downside if they continue with that free shipping idea. They're trying to run this thing just like Bezos did in South America. I wonder if that will hold sway. Mallinckrodt down a little bit on earnings, but no big deal. MSI, which is, what is that? Motorola Solutions, had a nice spike to 93.75 today, gave it all up, rolled back down to yesterday's close. Company's actually doing fairly well, which is very, very interesting to me. A lot of times these stocks that are split off and get all the horrible stuff don't do well. This one actually doing pretty good. MTZ, which is Maztec, another one that opened up higher and basically, well, we've got a few examples of these huge dark cloud covering candles out here today. That's certainly one of them. Man, that would have been a good intraday trade there, wouldn't it? I didn't see anything in it this morning, but man, this thing opened up at highs and rolled to the lows. Okay, NATH, another one that opened up okay and continued to get worse during their earnings call. This is Nathan's Hot Dogs, NATH. Newell Rubbermaid, NWL. This one gapped down on earnings to support. This thing did gap up on the 8th of May with 14.3 million shares. It's down with just half that. Again, maybe if things come out 48.5, might be where you start looking at that thing if volume starts coming in. A little bounce off the bottom for Potbelly, one of the worst named companies in trading. Did open lower. This one reversed to the upside a bit, bounced off its previous $10.50 low on May 18th, got to $10.65, not quite there, and bounced. My guess is you're going to see this thing down at that 10.50 level next few days. But again, anything in retail is just cursed by short sellers most of the time. Royal Bank of Scotland, who likes to kill golfers. RBS, it up a little, gave back a little. I can't say that you can do much with that chart just yet. Volume is okay. Looks like it wants to test $7.06. Revlon, this thing continues to go lower as some of the older brands that have been around for a while continue to have issues. This is down on some fairly decent volume today. It's continued to go lower than this gap down on May 5th. I don't see anything out here that says this has stopped. SBGL, which is a gold stock, had earnings just a tick up on this one on a down day for gold. SPPI is a breakout and a breakout on volume. This is Spectrum Pharmaceuticals going through its April 26 $8 high that had 1.75 million shares, and even this July 25th high that just had 700,000 shares. You got 2.63 million shares today, so that's good on you. SRNE, which is Sorrento Therapeutics, another one. These, we'll go to the IBB next, but the biotechs had some pretty good action last night, and then just didn't do anything today, at least earlier in the day. Sorrento Therapeutics, a little tick up from yesterday, but not much. Take a quick look at the IBB. I thought there were a couple that really looked like it was going to get it to move today. Got a little lower, but just a doji out here. I think it was Bluebird Bio that was doing very good after the bell last night. It's up a little, but I think it was up about 100 after hours last night. I thought that might put a little juice in the IBB. It's doing a whole lot of nothing like the entire market out here. Synaptics Corporation dropped the chalupa today. Decent volume, breaking through its previous April 4th low at $47. That had 2 million shares. You already got 3.4 million shares. Teva Pharmaceuticals, another one that seemed to be, doing well after hours, certainly turned south last 2 days. 106 million shares yesterday. You got 77 million shares already today. This is a blowout. See if there's anything back, if we go back a number of years. Man. Okay. We're back 10 years. Is it there? We're back to 10 years, I think. January 25th, 2005. This one was $21.54. So everybody's a loser here. Nobody a winner. Wasn't that, was that the average white band? Everybody's a winner? Can't remember the name of that stock. Travago down after earnings last night. Now this one, again, huge volume, huge destruction. And when I was watching the tape today, hot chocolate. Okay. Everybody's a winner. Anyway, maybe you find that during the break. Got a few minutes here. Down on heavy volume. Comparatively, it was up on almost 10 million shares on May 15th. We're on the opposite side of that. You've got two gaps at 15 and 16 bucks. So that's at UEIC, which is Universal Electric and Electronics, down on significant volume today. This is kind of a lighter share, but not enough volume to break previous lows out here. UTHR, United Therapeutics. This one was up. It's given a little bit of that back. It's right into the throes of this huge gap down that goes back on April 3rd. That came down with 2.1 million shares. You're up with 1.7, so you could conceivably at least get to that 2 million shares on the gap down, but that would be kind of a draw. Viacom, another stock down here getting beaten today with the ugly stick. 18.6 million shares. You blew through all the previous lows. Again, just how far back you want to go. February 11th, $28.71. That looks like the next stop. 9.1 million shares. You got 18 million shares today. So I'm going to say 28.71 is going to get tagged here probably in the next few days on Viacom. Viacom.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Everyone's a winner, baby, that's the truth. It's the truth. Making love to you is such a thrill. Everyone's a winner, baby, that's no lie. That's no lie. You never fail to satisfy.
Well, you know why I confuse it with the average white band. It's kind of the same kind of thing, isn't it? It was about that same period too. Anyway, good song. Brings back good times. Weight Watchers, huge bounce. Wingstop I've got up here right now. Nice bounce. Not much out here to make other than went over there. Oprah, who hasn't really lost any weight, continues to put a lot of fire in Weight Watchers. Up on huge volume today, and sometimes you get these what they call mavens that can drive business and all the big shares that they gave her seem to be worth every penny, at least if you're looking at the bottom line, which isn't her weight loss, but of course the profits of Weight Watchers. Up fairly decent volume. You know, this is the second big gap or third big gap. Let's go back just a little further out here. Okay, so you got two. See if you have any bigger ones out here. That's it. So you got one big gap at about $7 to $10. You've got your next big gap out here that's open today. So you could get one more gap in this one on the way up. That's it. Anyway, of course, out of 20 years of South Park, my absolute most favorite episode is about Yelp. And, of course, about how social media has led to a narcissistic personality culture that we're raising. So anyway, if you get a chance to watch it, it's incredibly vulgar, but out of 20 years, probably the best single episode ever, I think. This thing is up today again. A lot of these, everybody's betting on these stocks to go out of business. They have such huge short interest in them, and they're going to pop. I picked a few others. I haven't been so lucky so far, but we've got some time. I got one that's on the burner right now that could do very well on a potential buyout for Monday, so we'll see how that does. But you got everything you wanted here in a counter trend move, and that is way too many people short, already starting to move up. A bunch of people piled on the last few days before earnings, assuming this thing was going to 15. And of course, they're out here having to cover today in Yelp. What do we have? Up on 15 million shares. You still have this $26.93 low from May 10th out there. That could and probably will get it tested eventually. But again, you wait until these things get absolutely massive short sell side and the exit's very narrow. You're going to get tagged. And I think a few more of these are going to happen out here. We've seen GoPro, we've seen Yelp, we've seen some of these others where everybody's piling on in front of earnings. Sometimes they're right, but a lot more times after these stocks have gone way down, they are really just being pigs. And as they say, bulls can make money and bears make money and pigs get slaughtered. Well, probably some slaughtering going out there in Yelp today. In the meantime, we will see you Monday, same bat channel, same bat time. Remember to sell and cover when you can.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.